would you lean out over 1,000 feet above Chicago? Today, I'm at the 360 Chicago observation deck, and I'm about to try their insane tilt experience. And we came on a super cloudy day, but honestly, this looks kinda crazy. This place is known for having some of the best views in Chicago, and yeah, it's definitely cloudy today. But instead of no view, we're getting this really moody, foggy skyline. So now the question is this actually better than a clear day? Quick tip, when you buy a ticket, they actually tell you what the sky conditions are like. And they'll ask you if you're okay with it before going up. So you can decide, come back later, or just go for it. We decided to go anyways, and I'm glad we did. Before heading up, you actually walk through this exhibition area. There are interactive displays about Chicago, the skyline, and the building itself. It's a nice little intro before you go all the way up. And honestly, it's a good way to build up the anticipation.
Along Chicago's Magnificent Mile, amidst an endless sea of skyscrapers, there's one more magnificent than the rest. The building is home for a few, an office for some, and a destination for many. And since the beginning, it's been in a constant state of transformation, just like the city it calls home. Before we get to the story of this building, you have to know the story of this city. This land was originally home to the Miami, Sioux, Fox, and Potawatomi tribes. In 1779, John Baptiste and Kittihawa Point DuSable established the first permanent settlement in what would become Chicago. Chicago was the fastest growing city in the 19th century. It became the country's most prominent Midwestern city and influenced American culture, business, and politics. Until the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 destroyed nearly everything. However, the city rose from the ashes. Chicago introduced the world to the first skyscraper in 1885, as the aftermath of the fire sparked an architectural revolution. They used debris from the fire to expand the lakeshore further east, ushering in a new era for the city and paving the way for more history to be made. Over the years, Chicago grew and evolved into the vibrant, diverse community it is today. This building has been making history since it was conceived by the architecture and engineering firm Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. It only exists because of the land expansion and reimagination of the city after the Chicago fire. The building was designed to be the world's second tallest building and the world's first major mixed-use tower, meaning it would have both office, retail, and residential spaces. It was also the first of its size to use X-bracing on the building's exterior, which helped it resist wind loads and allowed for a more open floor plan. The building opened to the public in 1970 as the John Hancock Center and the tallest building in Chicago. Then in 1992, it became one of the first buildings to colorize its crown of lights, marking holidays and special occasions. Today, the building, now known as 875 North Michigan, remains an architectural marvel and the defining building along Chicago's skyline. Beyond the beautiful skyline and iconic skyscrapers, Chicago is defined by the vibrant people who call it home. Nearly 2.7 million people live in Chicago, across 231.7 square miles and 77 neighborhoods. And while they come from all different backgrounds and all over the world, Chicagoans are united by commitment to community. For well over 200 years, Chicago has been in a constant state of growth. The city has been built up, torn down, and built back stronger. And as we look onward toward the next 200 years, the city will continue evolving. So as you ascend 1,000 feet above the Magnificent Mile and take in the view where the lake meets the sky, we invite you to appreciate what came before and imagine what will come next. Welcome to 360 Chicago.
Alright, now we're heading up, and this elevator is fast. It gets you to the 94th floor in less than 30 seconds. And we're already here. Alright, this is actually really cool. You can still see the buildings, but everything fades into the fog. It almost looks like the city disappears into the clouds. Honestly, this feels way more cinematic than a clear day. Like this looks straight out of a movie. Another thing that's actually really cool is the skywalk. It's an open air section where you can step outside and feel the wind over 1,000 feet above the city. And with this fog, it feels even crazier. You can see the buildings fade into the clouds, and you can actually feel how high up you are. Not gonna lie, this might be the moment it really hits you. Alright, time for the tilt. You lean against the glass and it slowly tilts you over the city. And with this fog, you can't fully see how far down it goes. This is actually scary like this because you can't really see the bottom, so your brain fills it in. That was insane. The fog made that way more intense. Nó nóng, you hold it, and it just like leans you down, and you have to like hold it for a couple seconds, and it just like keeps leaning until the music stops. They also have a bar up here, and honestly, this weather makes it feel even more like a vibe. Not the usual view, but definitely a unique experience. Classic skyline may be way for a clear day, but if you're into this kind of moody cinematic vibe, it's actually really cool. And since they warn you about the weather beforehand, at least you know what you're getting into. Alright, this wasn't the view we expected, but it might actually be one of the most unique ones. Clear day or fog like this, what would you choose? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.